Thanks, children. Let's put all our cell phones on silent for a tale about pencils and demons quite violent. Charlie, Charlie Challenge. This game taught us all how some grown-ups act smart, but their minds are quite small. Many trends send me into a quick anger spiral. More often than not, it's the trends that go viral. But in this case, I don't really feel that annoyed. Why? Well, back off and maybe I'll get to my point. First, the rules of the game. Stack 2 pencils like so, with a sheet underneath graphing out yes and no. Ask a question that starts with the chant, Charlie, Charlie. Then wait for the pencil to move magically. When it does, be prepared for how loud things might get, and have towels on hand as some pants will be wet. Kids of various ages will flee with a shiver, but the secret, of course, is your breath moves the lever. A crude little game for all those not involved. If you found it annoying, you might be too old. See, it's not about ghosts or events paranormal. It's not about logic, informal or formal. It's bonding and fun and a kind of street cred, the kind kids get by messing with other kids' heads. Though some of them felt that it might be enhanced by increasing, saying 200%. So no need for debunking, critiquing, explaining. The game was meant only to be entertaining. If we find some hard proof of life after death, it will not be through Vine, I would venture to guess. But when a trend captures the eyes of youth culture, it's quickly pursued by a gaggle of vultures, old journalists and bloggers clinging to youth, all reported about this as if it was news. Only there was no angle. Is it good or bad? Is it cute, or should some moral outrage be had? When a Vatican exorcist offered that it might be dangerous, we all knew he's full of shit. But the press should try harder and research stuff even, like the fact that it wasn't a Mexican demon, and that once in República Dominicana, a newscast stirred up some hilarious drama. An old Spanish game that goes back generations with different forms, at least 2 machinations, where pencils are used and a demon is summoned, is breaking our young people's spiritual hymens. Suffice it to say, it was quite a slow news week. Until a new scandalous detail a blog leaked. The meme was a brainchild of mischievous ad men, an ad for the movie The Gallows. Let's get them! Except that it's not. That was clearly made later. They studied the crowd to which they had to cater. New footage was shot to exploit the new fad, even though the film isn't related to that. So here we are now, and the craze has long passed. I admit that this overview is somewhat half-assed, but let's learn to distinguish news facts from news junk. Because some days there's just not much out there to debunk. I hope that you love with your heart, made of cells. Use the head on your shoulders for everything else, and I'll channel the spirit of Charlie, meanwhile, to remind you to keep your chin up and to smile.